corporate engagement, Nigerian actor Jim Ike called on the Vice President and Women Affairs Minister. Shortly after his audience with Dr. Njai Saidi, Ike told waiting journalists about his visit.
Basically, is to reiterate the fine points that she made earlier about youth emancipation and empowerment of the youths of the Gambia and the continent in general. So we decided to pay a courtesy call on our way out of the country today so that we tell our mission statement, we initiate how far we've gone, and we also pledge for the support of the government of the Gambia for the project that we propose to initiate on our return trip, and to generally gather her blessings as a mother and as one of the most respected statesmen of the continent.
The Gambia, according to the actor, has an unexploited potentials which he believes can change the movie industry of the country. He explained that his mission includes finding young talents and underprivileged Gambians and funding their education to the higher sides.
I represent an organization called ACTDF. It's an acronym for African Children Talent Discovery Foundation. It's a UN affiliate, and we have a mandate to raise kids across the continent for free education and present them at the convention that will be happening later in the year at the UN in New York. And so the Gambia has a quota of I think 2 children, and we've met with the select groups that you know, the circle these kids travel and the possible places that we can find them. We've identified them. We've also identified the areas of proficiency and the fact that they're underprivileged.
After meeting the Gambia Vice President, Jim Ike said the Gambia is the right place for government welcomes all genuine potential investors who want to positively impact on the lives of Gambians. For Grts News, I am Aisatumane.
Well, let's go with our very first break now. The news continues in just a moment. His Excellency Sheikh Professor Al-Hadi
Reverend Hannah Karen Falheim.
In the words of the permanent secretary,
there is direct relationship between the economic growth of a country.
And this 5-hectare maize field that you are seeing here in Ilyasa village.
No matter how, where, when and who is involved, our corps of reporters will always be there to bring you the news as it happens.
Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has appointed a new prime minister. His name is Riyad Shizan. He most recently served as the country's agriculture minister. Meanwhile, the government says it will allow UN staff into the country to deliver humanitarian aid. This news comes as Damascus is expelling diplomats from 11 countries. Opposition forces say several Damascus suburbs and the city of Homs are now under intense shelling. Reports also speak of heavy clashes on the country's border with Lebanon. CNN's Our Diamond has been inside Syria and brings us the latest.
Abu al-Barra peers out from his makeshift battle position and spots his target. Give me the radio, give me the radio, he calls out as a hail of bullets from Syrian government forces drowns out his orders. Movement is spotted to the left. There it is, someone shouts. As the armored personnel carrier moves back into sight, a voice cries out, "Look, Kofi Annan," he shouts, mocking the idea of a ceasefire. These rebels say they are protecting residents of a Homs neighborhood called Khaldieh from an assault by regime forces. Cairo Street is now the front line, separating the rebel stronghold from the neighborhood of Al-Bayyada, held by the government. Once a bustling middle-class shopping area, the street is now in ruins. The local rebel commander, Abu Hadid, crawls through holes fighters smashed between buildings to take up position. There are government forces on a balcony across the road. The 32-year-old peers down the scope. Is it where the red and blue towels are, he asks. Affirmative. Khaldiya seems deserted, but the fighters of the Free Syrian Army say it's not just about defending residents still here, but the property of those that have fled. They say Assad loyalists would steal or destroy anything they can get their hands on. At another position along the street, Hazim is on high alert. There's movement. Be ready. At my signal, he says calmly. Syrian government forces are fanning out across the road. There's movement in your direction, the call on the radio warns. I am ready, Hazim responds. The 30-year-old machine gunner fires off 2 rounds, takes aim again, and his weapon jams. Cursing under his breath, he clears it and aims again. We can't just have a one-sided ceasefire, he says indignantly. They can't expect us to come under fire and not respond. Some of these men are army defectors, but a growing number of civilians are joining the armed struggle. Like 26-year-old Abu Wasfi. He used to attend protests, but that all changed. My brother defected from the army because he refused orders to kill innocent civilians and demonstrators, he says. His brother was killed defending this very neighborhood last year. This is his gun, Abu Wasfi says, gesturing to his AK-47. But it's hardly a match for the heavy weapons that government forces have. Abu Wasfi and many like him say they will fight till the bitter end, even if it means the uprising becomes a civil war.
Time now for another break. We'll be right back.
His Excellency Sheikh Professor Alhaji
Reverend Hannah Karen Falheim.
In the words of the permanent secretary,
There is direct relationship between the economic growth of a
and this
country.
5-hectare maize field that you are seeing here in Ilyasa village.
No matter how, where, when and who is involved, our corps of reporters will always be there to bring you the news as it happens.
It's now time for the weather report by the Central Focus Office.
The Gambia is endowed with a wonderful landscape full of baobab trees. Like its Cape Point in Bakau, it is one of the most exotic sceneries in the world. The baobab tree is a symbol of resilience, wisdom, and resourcefulness. For the baobab tree provides good food in times of hunger, rents its bark for medications, and its sap for glue. In the Gambia, there is a company like the baobab tree, 100% African and purely Gambian in all aspects. In know-how, design, value, capital, and management. That company is Elton. Elton, employing hundreds of Gambians and proudly associating itself with development in the Gambia. Elton, side by side with the Gambia.
Hello there, wonderful viewers. It's a warm welcome to the weather segment, and from the Central Forecast Office, I am Hadijoy presenting. First, we begin with the summary followed by the forecast. We experience a warm and sunny atmosphere across the country, and for the forecast tonight, we'll be expecting a fairly humid and partly cloudy atmosphere to prevail tonight onwards morning. The day tomorrow, we'll be expecting a warm and sunny atmosphere to prevail across the country. Winds will be light gentle westerly to southwesterly, will dominate the flow across the country, whilst morning temperatures will vary between 24 and 26 degrees Celsius. Afternoon temperatures will vary between 31 and 39 degrees Celsius. And for those going to sea, we'll be expecting a low tide of 0.14 meters at 5:25 a.m. and also 0.20 meters at 6:07 p.m. For the high tides, we'll be expecting 1.91 meters at 12:05 a.m. and wave heights will vary between 1 to 2 meters high, and they will be mainly northerly swells. The sun will rise at 06:34 and will set at 19:33. It's now time to take a quick look at the international.
And from the weather, a reminder of our top stories. Justice Mama Singate and her team have presented the findings of the Tax and Corrupt Practices Commission to the head of state. The Suru royal family of the southern Philippines has conferred two prestigious honors on President